And we want to bring you straight out to Woodstock now, where we've been following breaking news all afternoon. Here's the captain.
Department?
Can we have your first initial?
D.
What do we have?
Maybe take like a half step. It's just a little loud. Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you ready for me to go?
Yep.
At approximately 1 a.m. this day, we received a phone call from the Holly Springs Police Department that they had taken warrants for someone in reference to an incident that occurred earlier that night in their jurisdiction. It was a domestic dispute. They got word that the person was going to be located here in Woodstock shortly thereafter and known to carry a firearm and have one at his place of business at 9504 Highway 92. At this time, the Woodstock police officers responded to the area in reference to the Holly Springs incident and noticed a subject inside that matched the description of the suspect, Michael Johnson. So,
Did you say Dotson or Johnson?
Johnson. So they noticed the person inside the business. The person refused to come out. Therefore, we exited the area, and later this day at 9:15 a.m., we received a call that the person was back at the location. So we, along with the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, SWAT, the Marshal's Office, and Holly Springs, all came back to this location at 9504 Highway 92 to take custody of the subject because he had been threatening to harm himself and police. At this time, we breached the building and we took the suspect into custody without any incident.
How long was there a standoff?
Approximately about an hour. We took him into custody right at 2 o'clock today.
Well, what time did you guys get out of here? Because you mentioned at 9 o'clock.
Right. We had to take time to prep and get everyone responding accordingly.
So the 9:15 in the morning was when you got notice he was here?
We did get a 911 call that he was possibly in the area and possibly at the location
What threats did he make?
to harm himself and law enforcement.
What did
He's
you
the owner of the business?
I believe so.
What did you do as far as keeping the public safe with the traffic and the businesses around?
So we ended up shutting down all of 92 and keeping people back, both foot traffic and motor traffic.
Shut down for an hour?
Yes.
Was there anyone else in the building?
No, it was just him.
How did you eventually get him out?
Come again?
How did you eventually get him out?
He was intoxicated and willing to comply, so that's how we got him out.
And
How
what
many
was the,
officers and
object of-
agencies were out here? From the helicopter, it looked like dozens and dozens.
There were several agencies out here.
What charges does he face?
At this time, I'm not clear on all the charges as we accumulate those at this time.
Where was he taken? I saw him being placed in an ambulance. Was he taken for a psych eval or medical attention?
He's going to be receiving medical treatment to make sure he's okay because of the level of intoxication he was in.
Find a weapon on it?
I do not have that information at this time.
Did he ever threaten the officers that were speaking with him during this standoff?
Not to my knowledge.
You believed he had a firearm inside there with him?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought you said he did threaten himself and officers.
According to a third party,
What does that mean?
someone that called 911 that knew him.
Okay, but not out here. He didn't threaten anybody out here.
Correct.
I just want to clarify, you said it was a domestic dispute. That was what the felony warrant was out for?
No, it was in reference to possession of a firearm.
By a convicted.
Correct.
So he already has a history of criminal activity, I guess. That's what it is.
Correct.
But the domestic incident is what got you guys onto him, right? And then you found out he had a warrant.
Correct.
And so as of right now, there's no threat to public safety.
There's absolutely no threat to public safety at this moment.
Were any of the businesses around here in lockdown or anything during all of this? Since
I'm
the
sorry?
any of the businesses around here, did you tell them, hey, just keep people inside or anything like that since the roads were shut down as well?
Officers that were stationed all along Highway 92 were informed to advise everyone that they come in contact with to stay back. Okay. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And we just heard there from Woodstock police about a really scary situation that happened in Woodstock this afternoon. Started as a domestic violence situation. Cherokee County says they brought in multiple agencies responding with the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, Georgia State Patrol, the Marshal's Office, Holly Springs Police. Around 1 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, police say that they were contacted by Holly Springs Police, advising that someone named Michael Johnson was involved in a domestic dispute. He was wanted for a warrant of felony possession of a firearm. Obviously very serious. Police got on it right away. Holly Springs Police said that he was at his place of business in Woodstock. That's where we saw all of those police cars, all of the traffic shut down. Officers say they received information that Johnson kept a firearm at his business, so they knew it was very serious. They needed to get out there right away. Woodstock police say they saw someone moving inside and they were able to breach the building after he refused to come out. We heard the captain there say that he was intoxicated and willing to comply. So shortly after 9:15 on Thursday, they heard he was threatening to harm himself and law enforcement officers, so they got that search warrant just before 1 o'clock. At 1:52, they made entry into the business and took the suspect into custody. We had a reporter and photojournalist on scene just moments after that. They were able to bring us a live report, watching that suspect being taken into custody, watching someone else being driven off in an ambulance. We had that live crew on the scene. They saw as the roads were opened back up and as people were able to get back on the road. Thankfully, everyone is safe. No one was harmed. Our crew is out there now, and we're hoping to hear more live information from them as soon as we can.